Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where we are currently fighting Ethiopia again, and we're doing considerably better this time. We've been winning pretty regularly against them, and for now we're just going to be hanging out here, and that is not good timing. So none of these are at 100%, right? They've forgotten who they serve. So Oromia has declared war on us. And that's these guys down over here. Elodia's the much larger threat. And our vassal just lost a lost a battle up over here. So the question now becomes, can we, hang on, we're at 100% war score because attacker is fully occupied? I have so many questions. No, it's not occupied. They would accept this, but it's not occupied right now. So we can't actually claim their territory. Wild stuff. I think what I'm going to do is I'm thinking about walking down there, making the argument that if they siege these forts, which they need to do to progress, then they'll lose troops to attrition. We can come down, take care of this, be regenerating manpower in the meantime. I think I'm going to try it. They're splitting their forces. Okay. So now Dara is also declaring their independence. So that's these guys down over here. Well, we'll hop in there first. That's fine. So we'll just let Ethiopia do what they're going to do for right now. We'll go crush these rebels that can't actually do anything. Now, Shire just fell, which is, problematic. But these guys are going to be sieging. They split their forces, and we can fight them independently at this moment. So that's the idea right now. So we're going to hop down over here. We're going to fight this. We won the Battle of Bassa. Okay, yeah, they did raise levies there. So we're going to take this over. No problem. There we go. And now we're going to hop in over here. So this is over. We're going to take any gold they can give us, and we're going to take Bassa. There we go. So that gives us some gold, which is a big deal. And we're going to hop in over here. Yes, I'm aware that they're doing stuff. We win this, no problem. We're going to cap this. Okay. And now we want to come up over here and deal with these split up Elodian forces. So we're going to sue for peace here. We're going to take this back. We're going to take whatever gold we can. There we go. And we're going to just walk up over this direction. Now these guys are currently walking in here, right? We're going to fight them up over here. Axum just fell, which is unfortunate that they got that siege already, but that's understood for the moment. So we're going to give battle right here, and we should easily win that. In theory. Yes, we won that with a significant advantage. So now we can take this back. -7 stability or +7 stability. We're going to take the +7 stability. Okay, so we're taking this back, and these guys are walking in over here. That's noted. Can we catch them here? They are locked in to arriving in Siru. So we're going to have to chase them out over here, but that's okay. Actually, they turned around. That was a big mistake on their part. So that's pretty free for us. Now we need to head back up over this direction. So we're going to grab this location for now. Cap that back. Yes, I know they're capping all of this. That's understood. So we're going to cap this back. They're capping a lot of stuff. That's absolutely understood. We're going to head back up over this way at this time. Okay, so they're currently heading in here, and they're locked into, or actually they're going into Nora. I really want to fight them. I really want to fight them. So Nora has fallen, but we're going to catch them there, and we're going to win that battle, looks like. Yes. 1,000 casualties. We stack wiped that force. That's huge. I'm going to cap this back. And I'm watching their movements out over here. These guys are going into here, which is pretty ideal for us, actually. So we cap this back. We're going to come in here and catch this force. There we go. That's another solid victory for us. We're going to come back up and take our capital back, but forts are going to be a bit of a problem. So we're going to stop in Hake, and that's understood. We're going to take this back. I'm thinking about splitting up our force, but I think that's still a bad idea at this moment. So we're going to get that taken back, and I think now we need to head back down over this direction. There we go. Now we can move here. Okay. So that's going to be the idea. So at this point, ticking war score is on our side, and we need to give battle to some more of these forces that they have around. And the question is, where can we do this? We're currently capping here. They're grouping up, but they don't have the numerical advantage. And these guys are moving fast. Wow. They're moving ridiculously fast. But we can come up over here and fight this force, which is the idea. So we're going to come up, fight them, no problem, we'll win that. Barara has fallen, yeah, whatever. So Elodia loses that, and that's very good for us. Now we're going to have to come down this direction, unfortunately. This is very sad. They're probably going for Hadia at this moment, if I had to guess. Actually, they're coming up to here, and they're going to fight us here. So we're just going to position here, and there we go. We win that as well. Beautiful. So now we're going to come into Barara, and we're going to take this back. So they're retreating back up over this way with most of their forces at this moment. We've managed to pull this back to -2, even with all their occupation. That's kind of ridiculous at this moment. We are winning this war, and we're going to continue to do so. So we're going to hop up, take this back. What guild do we want here? Stability is probably really good for us here, actually. We're going to have more rebels very soon. We need to keep that in mind. Now, we're still in Decline of the Empire for another year here. So that's very interesting indeed. We're going to take this right now, eventually. There we go. And we're going to hop up over this way and continue to take back some of this territory. So we find ourselves at plus 4% war score at this moment, and ticking is on our side. This war is going very badly, actually, for Elodia at this moment, especially when you consider that we had to go deal with 2 rebellions. So I'd like to go up and fight Gondar, but I don't think that's the move at this point. We're going to go take our capital back. Yeah, they're grouping up in Gondar, and that's understood. We're going to have to do sieges up over this way unless we can get out of this war in some way. So they're coming down this way and just heading down here. We should really consider putting a fort, like, right here for future wars with Elodia, if there will indeed be future wars with Elodia. Okay, so there's our capital back. We're going to come down over this way and continue to fight their forces. Okay. This is going to be that has declared independence. That's these guys out over here. We're heading in kind of that direction anyway, so that seems fine. I want you guys to get moving. You should be down here. Come on. Okay. Our vassals are feeling safe. Good for them. An independence movement has formally disbanded. Okay. So that's interesting, because Afat has enough loyalty. Very interesting indeed. So we're going to come on down over here. We need to fight Elodia, but they're just moving a lot at this moment. We're going to head in over here and fight them. Okay. So they've got a lot of little armies around right now. That's the main problem. We're going to come in here. We're going to take this back. And then we need to come back over here and deal with this, right? So we can see we're at -1 in Elodia right now. But ticking war score is on our side. And actually, we're locked in over here at this moment. Okay. We'll just go for Ankober quick. Okay. The turmoil is finally over. No, it isn't. hang on. These guys have declared independence now as well. Okay. One of these days, we'll have everything line up correctly. But it is not this day. We're going to go up here and crush this force. I'm wondering at this moment if Alodia is willing to white peace. They actually are. I'm going to white peace Alodia. We now know that we can beat Alodia, but we've got these rebels that we need to deal with, and let's get Alodia out of here. So that seems good. We've lost some cores. Okay. And we're just going to hop down over this direction. We'll get Barara under control. This rebellion is over, so we're going to take their territory. And we're going to take any gold that they can give us. Perfect. Okay. So this is now dealt with, and we need to head out over this way. Actually, we need to go to Hadia, don't we? We do. Cool. So our war with Alodia went much better this time. We could have taken over Alodia if we didn't have these rebels in the back line. I just felt like we needed to get out of that Alodian war, so a white peace is fine. We'll deal with Alodia later, when we're not in this situation. Why can we not move here? Oh, because it's during the winter and we can't move into the mountains. Gotcha. We can, however, take over this position. Okay. So now Suakin has declared independence. That's these guys up over here. Okay. Noted. So we'll get there. It is currently March, and we need to walk out over this direction. There we go. So this war, or actually multiple of these are over, theoretically. This is the first rebellion against Ethiopia here, so that's understood. We will go deal with those very shortly. We won a battle out over here. Okay, so that's now done. We should be able to put an end to this, demanding all the territories that went with them and any gold that they might have. There we go. And then we'll also do the same here, demanding body, but that is apparently not occupied? Wait, I'm confused. What's not occupied here? Let's start moving up over this way anyway. Okay, we gained those cores back. That's fine. The province capital body needs to be occupied. I'm very confused here. We're at 100% war score. Where is this? It's this up here? But then what's this rebellion? Oh, the rebellion is down here, and the independence is up here. I was confused about which side was which. Okay, gotcha. We got there in the end. So we'll send this demand. There we go. This is actually very profitable. We're making a lot of money off of this, which is pretty funny. Okay, so we need these guys to make their way up over to here. And we'll get that all under control. So we're going to have more rebels, no doubt about it, but we're actually in a pretty good position now. Okay, so we no longer have a population of less than 277k from cultures which are neither tolerated nor accepted. This number has changed quite a lot, actually. I'm wondering if that will solve itself once this is taken over. Okay, so we researched First Strike. That's all well and good. We have some starving provinces, that's understood. And what do we got here? Unlocks peasant levy army levies. Okay, sure. We'll grab that. I don't know what that exactly means for us, but we'll figure it out. More levies would not be a bad thing, that's for sure. So we're just going to make our way up over here. We're making a lot of money at this moment, and this is even with still being in decline of the empire. So the real question here is, if we come up over here and we crush this rebellion, will that update this number to be back where it was previously, where we qualified? We'll find out. Okay, so we're moving in here. We have no organization because we've just marched a really long ways, but they have no forces, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so this is now complete. And we're going to, of course, grab body. We're going to grab 10 gold and send it in. Okay, now we're going to move these guys back, but I want to split off the levies here. And I want to disband our levies. Wait, did I just disband the wrong group? I think I did. I did. Well, that's unfortunate, but at least we got a bunch of them back. So we need to start rebuilding our regulars because I just accidentally disbanded them. So to that end, we're going to want to get some of these. We can only get 2, and that's understood. I'm going to do 1 here and 1 here. And we can only do 2 for now for our manpower anyway. So we're going to get those recruited up. This gives us an opportunity to change our regular composition anyway, so that seems fine. Now, we're not in rebellion at this moment, and if we check in here, we have a population of less than 277k from cultures which are neither tolerated nor accepted. So we do absolutely need to get ourselves an additional accepted culture here, which would be this one. Okay. Does that fix it? This hasn't updated yet. Maybe it'll update on the month tick. Okay, what else do we have here? Okay, there's the month tick, 319k. We just cored a bunch of locations. Did that change anything? No. We did qualify for this previously. And this only changed a little bit when we made them an accepted culture. And of course, we have a problem with our accepted cultures right now, right? And that problem is, yeah, we've got devastated locations, blah, 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 underage air, yeah. I'm not actually concerned about those. I'm concerned about this. But we have to go further. We have to go further at this moment. But these are starting to get very small down this direction. We have to add this as an accepted culture. And let's see where that puts us at. This update's on the month tick. So 319k. And it goes to 311k. It's so little. It's so a little. Okay, so those are apparently no longer considered cores at this moment. So that's very interesting. We're going to have to do a lot of accepted cultures here in order to get out of this. Or rather, tolerated cultures. I don't want to make these be accepted as of right now. But we have to do a lot of these. We lack the prestige to do any more. So that's what we can do at this moment. That's very, very strange. Okay, so these guys are allying with a foreign power. That's very rude. They will pay for their treachery. Okay, let's see where we're at here. Now that we've spent all of our prestige on that. Okay, that finally did it. Good. Good. The worst is behind us. We gained 20 stability back and 10% pop satisfaction. So, now we can start removing some of these, which cost stability, and that's understood. So I'm going to remove this one. I'm going to remove this one. And what does that put us at? 2.31 too much? Noted. This is barely using any cultural capacity, to be honest. But I'm going to remove these. This one we maybe will keep because the opinion is pretty good. We could remove afar. And that puts us at what? And yeah, I know we're probably going to have rebels from this, but that's absolutely expected. So we immediately do have a rebellion, by the way. That's noted. We'll get into that. And we're at minus 15 stability, so we probably shouldn't remove any more. Okay, so our stability growth is not high at this moment. I'm going to put that into stability. We're going to group these two together. And eventually they'll arrive. Okay. So now I want to group these, and we're going to have to walk down over to here because these guys have rebelled. So that's okay. We'll head right on down. We should be able to defeat them with just our infantry that we have here. And we're going to be working up our stability here because we do need to get back up positive here, for sure. Yeah, I know we have unraised army levies. I'm doing that deliberately. I don't feel like we need to raise our army levies. That said, they just got 366 troops here. So we're going to be hanging out here for the moment while we let our morale regenerate. And then the question is, if we attack here, they're actually leaving. They are actually leaving. So we can come here, take their territory, and just end this without fighting them. And that would be even better. We would prefer not to spend manpower on that. Now they might be coming back here, but they might not have enough time. So we're at 98%, and at this moment, we can just do this, and they'll accept. Cool. So that rebellion is over, and we're going to move these guys back up over to here. Now, I do want to raise up a couple of additional regular units, and one of them is going to be a unit of armored horsemen. So I'm going to recruit them over here. We don't have the cash to do another one, but we'll have that fairly soon, especially when you consider how much money we're going to be making here. Like, we can drop our minting, and by the way, we should. I'm going to drop our minting down to here. So this way, we're at least shrinking our inflation. We have a lot of inflation right now, and I want to get that further down. But we need to bring our stability back up first, and that will be absolutely fine. So now there's a succession crisis here. Due to a regent, weak heir, or no heir at all, this disaster now has easier requirements. We have less than 10 stability and less than 50 legitimacy. Okay. So that's noted. We may want to bump up our cost of the court, which means that we would have to do a little bit of minting here or run a deficit. And I'm thinking about running a deficit for a little bit here. It's a very small deficit. So that looks okay. We can also drop our army maintenance, which we should do, and that will be a good thing. So I'll get these guys moving out over here. And we're going to be boosting our legitimacy up, and we're boosting our stability up. Because it looks like we should have either 50 legitimacy or 10 stability. And whichever we get to first would be great. We really, really don't want this succession crisis to pop. There's a 1% chance each and every month. So that's noted. I'm going to group these together at this moment. Now, we want to have our professional army larger than this, but we're going to need money to make that happen. Okay. So this is all good for right now. We are going to have these Ganga Patriots firing soon enough, and that's something we need to consider. But for right now, we can continue to work up our stability and continue to work up our legitimacy. We know that these rebels were always going to be a thing, right? And we may want to start preemptively moving down this direction, and in fact, I'm going to do that. So we'll get going down there. That seems good. We're making money at this moment, and we're about 9 months away from having 50 legitimacy, which would stop this. Hopefully that happens before this pops. If this pops, that's incredibly bad luck. And we'll see. We shall see. So we have starving provinces, which is leading to our population declining at this moment, and that's not surprising considering the devastation that currently exists. The devastation will go away eventually, but we need this turmoil to go away, and we need to stabilize a little bit. But we're making good progress towards that as of right now. So we're in position down over here, and in fact, I'm going to immediately walk into Gambo. I'm not sure if we're going to get black flagged or not. That'll be interesting. We'll find out. So we're just going to park here, and these guys are also going to be rebelling down here, but we can just grab this and then head south, would be the idea. So that looks fine, but it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue to work on stabilizing, but we're in a much better situation now. No doubt about that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge, STL, Spock, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.